Good afternoon. Welcome to Soundtracks with Birdman. Miss 80s Movies and Music did a 80s vinyl soundtrack challenge in response to, I wrote this down, the Flip Side Vinyl Communities Challenge. You're supposed to gather up all your soundtracks from the 1980s and go through them. So I thought, I don't think I have that many. I think I have a few more than what I thought, but I definitely don't have as many as I feel I should have. But I guess that's par for the course, right? Let's get to it and see what we got. First two things, I included these, just because the Return of the Jedi read-along storybook and the Empire read-along storybook. These have music, story, and photos and sound effects from the films. There are 45 records. These got wet at some point. They still play, but I like the books are all like, have seen better days, but I can't. I mean, this one's just completely stuck. I can't even open it, but I can't get rid of these. I mean, who could? Welcome to chat real fast. Big Al Presents is in the house. How are you, sir? And David Pensack, hello. Different background. Actually, it's the library. I'm coming to you today from the library. So, hence books that I'm surrounded by. Let's see. Gorky Park, James Horner. This is the Versera band release. I just got this like last week, this week, 1 week, one time soon, last week. Yes, that was. And this sounds phenomenal on LP, by the way. I always worry about getting older Versera band LPs because I don't have the best luck with them. They're kind of flimsy, and sometimes even like the new ones that have never been opened, they've got skips on them. But this one, phenomenal. Very happy with it. That was a good purchase. Speaking about things with skips on it, I got Glory a couple weeks back. It's kind of hard to come by. This film came out in 88, 89. I guess they didn't put many copies of this out on LP. People normally want like $100 for this. I got this for like around $30 off eBay. Side 1 is okay. Side 2, which is the most important side, it's not good. It's not good. But I don't want to drop $100 for another one that's just as old that may have the same problems. So I will live with that. And speaking about Versera bands, I got skips on them. I've got Witness and Witness, both scores, same film, Maurice Jarre. I got one of these off eBay. It was new, never opened, still with the original shrink wrap on it. And it's got skips all over the damn LP. It's just so many skips. So I got another copy. It plays fine. I don't remember which one has skips on it. One of these does. That's why I have two. A Waxworks reissue of Jerry Goldsmith's absolutely charming score for the Tom Hanks film, The Birds. This is a double LP. Got a nice gatefold. I mean, you didn't really get LP production like this back in the 80s. This came out a couple years back. You've got colored vinyl. Check that out. And this was the only way that I had the score until last November, I think it was, when La La Land reissued the complete score on CD. Thank you, La La Land, for doing that, because the Versera band release of this on LP was going for 3 figures, and I just didn't want it that bad, especially when I had a really nice copy of the LP. Another Versera band, Jerry Goldsmith's Leviathan. First off, where's the complete score version of this? Why has it not come out yet? Please, someone. Standard packaging, flimsy ass flims. But I always loved this movie poster as a child. Maybe it's because it's got the hot Amanda Pays and like a bikini thong right there. I don't know. That might have something to do with it. I love the score from Goldsmith. It needs an expanded, remastered edition sometime soon. Please, the soundtrack gods, please make it happen. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Not the best packaging, but, so it is. I wouldn't mind this as a poster at some point in time, like same colors, everything, just that right there. That would be cool. And out of all the Indiana Jones soundtracks, this is the one on LP that's hardest to come by. Again, it was 89. They were kind of tapering off the production. Empire of the Sun, this is the reissue. This is not the original. This is 2 LPs, only 3 sides. There is nothing on the 4th side. So, like Hans Gruber asking you a question, there will not be a 4. Only a 3. This was a gift from Miss 80s. She sent me 2010 score by David Shire. It's got a child creature on the cover who's just floating around in outer space. Seems kind of weird to just be floating in outer space if you're a child, but you know, more power to you. This is a reissue of Young Sherlock Holmes by Bruce Broughton. It's just a gorgeous, wonderful score. There is a CD version out from Entrada. I believe it's still available. If you don't have Young Sherlock Holmes by Bruce Broughton, why the hell not? Why are you even watching this channel if you don't have it? You really need to get it. It's a wonderful score. Bruce Broughton is pretty much on the same level as John Williams, Jerry Goldsmith. He writes wonderful scores. I don't think he gets the credit that he deserves. This was released from Quartet. I think it was last Christmas. 2 LPs, 4 sides this time. Take that, Hans Gruber. Danny Elfman scored to Scrooge. There is a CD version of this. I think it was La La Land. I missed out on it. I usually don't think about buying it till around Christmas time, and then everybody wants like $100 for it. If you buy it in like summertime, it seems like the prices are a bit more reasonable, but I don't think about it. And it's the color of snow. I think that's the color of snow. Being from Alabama, I don't really know what snow looks like. This was actually re-released like 2 or 3 years ago. The Japanese printing of The Empire Strikes Back. Why did I buy this? I don't know. Ego, I guess. It was stupid. I paid over $300 for all 3 of them. And the shipping from Japan was pricey. I don't know why I did it. I had them already, but I don't know. Stupid ass Ego. All right. Something that's more than meets the eye. Transformers. Yeah. There is a just score release of this from Vince DiCola. I believe it was Entrada. I missed out on it. It goes for crazy prices on the secondary market. But until I have that disc, there will be a constant hole in my very soul. So, oh, here's something you're going to see probably 3 more times. This is a reissue of Raiders of the Lost Ark. It is 2 LPs. And which one was this? I'm trying to remember. Does have a nice gatefold. One problem with this is that this picture right here is from the Temple of Doom. That's not from Raiders of the Lost Ark. So whoever designed this, shame on you. Shame on your very soul. But this has most, I say most, the complete score. The Well of Cells track is kind of shortened. I don't think it has the complete Desert Chase, but it's got most of it. I think it's missing about 30 seconds. It's not a bad option to get. That's just a black vinyl one. I was thinking they did like a Boulder Gray vinyl edition of this. It was like a Newberry Comics exclusive. That one, people want crazy money for that. Yeah, colored vinyl's cool, but it's going to be a lot more than the standard. Probably not. Rambo box set. Rambo 1, 2, and 3 all came out in the 80s. This came out from Quartet last November. It broke my bank account like Bane breaking Batman's back. But this is like, if you like the Rambo scores, you need this in your life. Oh man, dude, it's just awesome set. Awesome set. Well, well worth it. This is the Mondo reissue of E.T. that came out a couple months ago. I like the inside cover art very much. Apologize for the glare. I don't really care for the front cover. That's okay. There's the little thingy jiggy that's on the side. There were some production issues with this, which kept delaying it. I was in the last batch to get shipped out, and mine has production issues. A lot of hiss. There's some skips. I'm not happy with the quality of this LP. I emailed Mondo. I never heard back from him. I mean, I said I was disappointed with it. It's just not a very good production piece. All right. The DCC Raiders of the Lost Ark. This is the most complete version of the Raiders of the Lost Ark film score that you will get. It is 2 LPs. Gatefolded with lots of words on the inside and no pictures from the Temple of Doom. Bravo, people who designed the case. If you're trying to track down the Ultimate Raiders soundtrack and LP, this would be it right here. This is it. This has the complete Desert Chase. It's got the complete Well of Souls. This is the one. Okay, John Williams scored Space Camp. This was gifted to me by Eric Woods. I appreciate this. This score was always like on way back burner for John Williams for me. I never really cared for it that much. And so I got the LP. I found a new appreciation for it. So Eric, thank you. Thank you for shipping this to me. Greatly appreciated. Hello, Al. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Next, John Williams, born on the 4th of July. Where's the complete expanded score for this? First side is song, second side is film score. I don't have the best copy of this. It doesn't sound very good. Sounds kind of bad, but there it is. One of my favorite John Williams film scores of all time, The Accidental Tourist. This was one of the first scores to come out on LP, cassette tape, and CD way back in the day. Christmas present, or birthday present, one or the other from Age Boomer. Nighthawks. This has a very jacked up Al Pacino doing Sylvester Stallone impersonation. And it's also got this awesome like cutout cover. Check that out. I mean, isn't that cool? Like way cool. It's also got Lando Calrissian in it. Who doesn't like more Lando Calrissian? I may be breaking the rules here a bit, but that's okay. John Williams, Boston Pops. Pops in Space. This was actually one of the first John Williams cassette tapes I ever bought. You got Superman, Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars, and Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Not a whole lot of variety. Actually, I think this was John Williams' first Boston Pops recording as well. Yeah, it says on the back. This is John Williams and the Boston Pops' first recording for Philips. Yep, this is it. I've also got some CD now. I've still got this cassette tape. The Witches of Eastwick. Where's my expanded score for The Witches of Eastwick? John Williams, of course. Oh. The Dance of the Witches, beautiful, beautiful track. I love hearing that in concert. The ballroom scene track on this, I've always loved that track. Always, always, always. I tried watching the movie. I thought it was garbage. I still love the score. Absolutely love the score. All right. Here's another Raiders of the Lost Ark. This is the original Raiders pressing that came out back in '81. Single LP. Who fights for freedom wherever there's trouble? G.I. Joe! That's who. This did not come out in the cartoon came out in the '80s. This came out a couple years back. If you just want to put on an LP and listen to your weekday afternoon when you got home from school, this is the LP for you right here, baby. 180 gram vinyl. This was a Barnes & Noble exclusive. The day it came out, I got an alert on Google on it. I got on Barnes & Noble to see if they had it. They had it. I went directly to Barnes & Noble, and I said, yeah, I need to get this G.I. Joe LP. And they're like, oh, well, we don't have it. Well, the internet says you've got 4 in inventory. Well, maybe we haven't put it out yet. I can wait. I can wait. I will. I shall wait. I waited, and I got it. So, hello, Miss 80s Music and Movies. How are you? Good to see you. And James Alexander's in the house. Hello. How are you? How are you, good sir? Let's see. James Horner scored to Willow. This finally got an expanded release. Like what? Last year? It was in Trot, I believe. Oh man, that release is like the release they have. This is the original LP release, the original score presentation. One of James Horner's finest from the 80s. The OG, Return of the Jedi. This was a piece of shit soundtrack. Whoever edited this together, Empire and Star Wars got double LP releases. This is a single release. There's like hardly any music on this. Who the fuck did this? They should burn in hell. I mean, not literally, but maybe so. Okay. This is a reissue of The Empire Strikes Back. I got this a couple years. I think this was a British release. I like the artwork inside with Darth Vader fighting Luke Skywalker. This is just a pretty, yeah. It's the same program as the OG release. It's very nice packaging though. For Sarah Band's reissue of The Empire Strikes Back with the National Philharmonic Orchestra with Charles Gerhardt. This is a wonderful album. If you don't have this, why the hell not? Look this up. Get it on CD, get it on cassette, get it on LP. You can find the original, the reissue. This was like some funky colored vinyl. Yeah. Not really sure what kind of colored vinyl that is. Oh, James Alexander asked a very pertinent question. Where do I store all these LPs? I have a giant antique 3-shelf bookcase in the dining room with a lot of LPs, and I've got antique English library table in the living room with a bunch more on them. So that's where I keep everything. Don't ask me what kind of order they're in because they're really not, and this irks me because I want to listen to something. I have to go hunt it, but you know, such is life. AL says her family's got Spotify and she's been looking for 80s music. It's all around us. It permeates our souls. Return of the Jedi, Japanese repressing. Again, this was just I don't know. I don't know why I bought these. It's the exact same presentation as the OG. That was horrible. It's just, I mean, it's got better artwork on the back. That was the original advanced one sheet that they did. And then it was titled Revenge of the Jedi. And on a side note, back when I got out of high school, I was so close to buying a Revenge of the Jedi one sheet for $200. And I had the money. I could have afforded it at the time. It was fine. I was so close to getting it, but I don't know. I decided to get something else. I can't even touch these guys now. I mean, you're talking about like 25 to 3,000 for that one sheet. That was a mistake not buying that. That and the ET one sheet that Steven Spielberg gave to the cast and crew, which is the bicycle over the moon shot. I had a chance to buy that right out of high school, and I passed on it. And I'm like, I think that goes for like $5,000 now. I don't know why I didn't do it. If I could go back in time, there's like 3 things I would fix. Those are 2 of them. But oh, Victor, you haven't missed out much. I'm only like halfway through, maybe. But glad to see you're here. This is the Star reissue. This is the Star Wars trilogy from Brasera Band with the Utah Symphony Orchestra. They did a phenomenal job on this. Oh yes, this is the fancy one. It's like Icy Swirl. I don't think that's the actual name of it, but that's what I call it. Icy Swirl. Whoop, get in there. Get. Yeah, this is a great recording. And for the longest time, this was the only way to get Darth Vader's death and fight with the TIE Fighters from Return of the Jedi was to get this album. They did a phenomenal job. I wish they would have done more recordings back in the 80s. I don't know what the hell they're doing now. But if they had put out numerous film recordings, I'd buy every last one of them. Whoa, wait, what? David, you've got 2 Revenge of the Jedi one sheets? Really? I think I have your address somewhere. No, congratulations to you, my friend. Wow, that's, I mean, they're not reprints. They're like the legit original ones, because I know there's a lot of reprints and bootlegs floating around. But props to you, man. John Barry's beautiful, beautiful score out of Africa. I think the only CD version of this I have is in that Versailles Band 1985 set that came out. That was in a record sleeve. Oh, good Lord. They are originals. Damn, wow. James Alexander, he says he's got some of these LPs on CDs. Yeah, I've got all these on CD as well. But yeah, the artwork is, I mean, it's bigger on the LPs for sure. And sometimes, where? I mean, the artwork on this Rambo box set, I mean, who cares about that? That's nothing special. But like the Mondo stuff, like the fold opens, always so fancy and so nice. And I'll admit, I have bought a Mondo LP a time or two just because I liked the artwork, and I was kind of like, I was iffy on the LP, but I bought it for the artwork. The OG release of E.T., just a standard release, what came out in 1982. It still sounds better than that Mondo release. The original release for Empire of the Sun. Blade Runner. This is the original release of Blade Runner. There are several different versions out there. The most disappointing one was like that 3 or 4 disc box set. That was Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. For some reason, this has been popping up a lot on my YouTube shuffle feed. And then, whoop, don't fall out. And as Ian Clark says, it's got a wonderful fold out right there. I actually found this at the local record store, which I seldom find anything in there. It's all like Taylor Swift stuff and whatnot. The soundtrack selection it's really not very good. Even new stuff, it's not very good. And record store day drops, they never have what I want. Never, never, never. I just go to eBay that same day and pay it 3 times as much because I gotta have it. I gotta have it. Rest in peace, Mondo, for Miss 80s. Yeah. Yeah. All right, moving on. A forgotten Lucasfilm property, and that's probably a good thing in this day and age. Tucker, the Man in His Dream. I love this movie. I love this score. I've got this on cassette and CD and LP. And I've got the video cassette poster, which is different from the US one sheet. And they say is more highly sought after, David. The Lone Ranger, John Barry. And it's got like some weirdness on here, like some talking and whatnot, but the John Barry stuff is top notch. Al says she's never heard of Tucker. Yeah, directed by Francis Ford Coppola, executive producer George Lucas. Jeff Bridges was in it. Martin Landau was in it. Dean Stockwell played a brief appearance of Howard Hughes. Christian Slater played Tucker's son. Well, one of his sons. He had quite a few. Joan Allen played Tucker's wife, Vera. It's a wonderful, wonderful film. The production design, the cinematography, the acting, everything is spot on in that film. Find it if you. I'm sure it's out there, like for like nothing to watch. Check it out. You won't regret it. All right, I worked this in. It's by request. John Williams and Boston Pops. This record came out in the 80s. It's all film music except for the Olympic Fanfare and the Liberty Fanfare. And okay, and the NBC Nightly News theme. And anyways, I threw this in there. It's like the definitive John Williams album from the Boston Pops on the Phillips label. Okay. Evita, yes. Okay, after I pulled it out, I'm like, well, when did Evita come out? Did it come out in 1980? No, it came out in September 1979, but I had already pulled it out in September 1979. Is close enough to 1980 for me, so here it is. And I had already pulled it out. Okay, the E.T. LP to own. La La Land, issued E.T. 5 years ago for the 35th anniversary. This is the complete score on LP. This one sounds amazing. This is the one to buy. If you want E.T. on LP, this is it right here. Track this down, treasure it, love it forever. James Alexander says he's got that Boston Pops one. It's one of his favorites. Yeah, I think it's one of everyone's favorites. I don't know anybody that doesn't like it. James Horner Aliens. This is a Record Store Day reissue. It is the acid alien blood green. Also the color of my bedroom. Actually, the bedroom's a little bit darker than that. Woo, get in there. Get. Yeah. All right, we've almost reached the end, fellas. Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. This is the original release that came out. Not the best soundtrack presentation in the world. You've got almost 2 hours of music. You've got maybe 40 minutes on here. One of them is Anything Goes, and the other one is Temple of Doom chant. And yeah, who doesn't like to bring a young Tinder date lady over on a Friday night and play a Temple of Doom chant before you listen to the Omen, right? Right? No problem. But so much music is missing off of this, but it's the only Temple of Doom we've had, aside from that horrendous Concord box set, which, I mean, yeah, why haven't we had decent Indiana Jones soundtrack releases? I don't know. Probably a rights issue, I guess. And the final one. No. The final two. This was a gift from H. Boomer. Akira? I guess I'm saying that right. The Symphonic Suite. But I'm not even going to try to pronounce that dude's name. I'm not even going to go there. Gatefolded. This was not on my radar, but Boomer sent it to me for Christmas, and I really enjoyed it. I don't know if this is on CD, but they did a nice presentation job on it. It's just black vinyl, but it's 180 gram. Sounds amazing. I don't know anything about the storage. It's got some dude with a big gun with a wire attached to it. But thank you, Boomer. Boomer's good about sending me things that I'm just like, what? But I end up liking him most of the time. So, final one, Field of Dreams. It's the reissue that came out not too long ago, because the original one usually goes for 3 figures. And it's green, like cornfields are green. And this is again one of James Horner's finest film scores. The final 2 tracks, oh my Lord, they don't move you to tears. You probably don't have tear ducts that are working, so you might want to get that checked out at your local doctor's office. That's my 80s soundtrack collection. I feel like I should have more, but I kind of pulled out more than what I thought I would. A lot of copies of Raiders of the Lost Ark and E.T. and Star Wars films. Oh, wait. I've got more Star Wars I didn't pull out. Well, that will just have to be what it be. Yeah, that'd be what it's going to be. James Alexander says LPs never went away today. I heard they were making a comeback in a way. They actually, in America, I don't know how it is in Great Britain, but in America, I think for the past 2 years, more LPs have sold than compact discs. Although I will say this, I know a lot of young people who say they're into vinyl and they have nice record players and they have records, but they've never listened to them. So I guess it don't matter the corporations as long as you're buying. They don't care what you do after you buy it. David says, fantastic collection. Thank you. I mean, that's not like I've got more stuff, but just not from the 80s. Al says, impressive. Thank you. Very kind of you. And James Alexander says, great stuff. Thank you. What are some of your favorite 80s film scores? Put them in the comment section below and leave a comment. And yeah, I've got a Star Wars LP. Disney put it out a couple years back. It's in a box. In a box like this, only it's bigger, and The box opens up like a book, and it's a really nice set. I think it's still available. It's like $100 or 100. Yeah, I think it's $100. It's a really nice set. And where's my original Star Wars? Yeah, that's the problem, not having things like super organized. You have to look for it, and sometimes you don't find it until like the second or third go around. Ooh, AL says anything by Kenny Loggins. He did do a lot back in the 80s, and I'm sure Miss 80s will love you just for mentioning Kenny Loggins. Where's my OG Star Wars and Empire? Anyway, as always, adopt, don't shop, keep listening to great film music. I'm getting up with Boomer today or tomorrow, and I think we can start doing Wednesday night shows again, hopefully soon. And yeah, let me know some of your favorite 1980s film scores in the comments down below. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see all of y'all very soon. Take care.